Okay. All right. Oh, just let me know when it's ready.
Yeah, we're live and set to go.
Okay, great. Thank you, Josh. All right. Thank you to everyone for joining the special meeting that I had called. So we'll start with roll call. Looks like we have everyone but Mr. Barber. He is attempting to join, so he can come in when he's maybe not experiencing computer issues. Disclosure of interest from anyone? Seeing none. Okay. Confirmation of agenda. Any concerns? Any additions? Okay. Bobby, do you have a resolution for that, please?
Yes, that the Aylmer Police Services Board approves the agenda for the special meeting held on January 28th, 2021 as presented.
All right, can I get a mover? Okay, Toby, seconded by Bill, all in favor? All right, that's carried, thank you. Okay, so we will start new business and we'll get the chief to discuss this, define provincial COVID-19 health measures. So just an update on some recent events.
Yeah, through Madam Chair, thank you very much. I just want to bring the board up to speed in terms of what's going on. I'm sure you've had lots of contact from the community, either voicing their concerns or in a positive way responding to the actions that have been taken by the Aylmer Police. On the 24th of January, we received complaints regarding the breach of emergency orders. As a result, we did some follow-up on that particular day. Also captured some social media clips that were available to us. And on Monday, we started doing the investigation in terms of who actually was involved and identifying those that were in blatant violation of the emergency orders. As a result of that investigation, we identified 47 individuals that were in clear violation of the emergency orders. Following up on that, we issued 29 Part 1 tickets, which the officers are in a process of serving those that have been identified. And then on top of that, we also issued 19 Part 3 summonses, which are being distributed for service in outside of jurisdictions of Elgin County. And also we've charged, so those charges stem from actually people participating in the event and then or attending the event. And then we also have charged the corporation and the those that organized the church service with violations as the organizers of the event. We had some discussions on top of that with the Southwest Public Health Unit to see how they can assist us in terms of our investigation and received supporting documentation from Dr. Locke. And based on that, we're still doing some follow-up in terms of further steps to mitigate the situation there. For this upcoming weekend, we are in preparatory stages of putting an ops plan together, and we'll have dedicated officers specifically assigned to any issues that may happen this Sunday coming up. And that's my update, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you for that. Any questions or concerns to the chief?
I have a few,
Yes.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Sure.
Through you to the chief. You mentioned there were, like you said, 29 Part 1 and 19 Part 3. That's 48, I think. How is that number match the number of people that were actually there? It was hard to tell from the video on Facebook. Is that half, more than half, almost all?
I would say that's just less than half, and sorry, it's 18 part threes, not
Okay.
not
Yeah.
19.
Okay, maybe I misheard.
And,
Okay,
yeah, no, that was my error, and we're still identifying people. In fact, today we identified 5 more, and we'll be issuing tickets to those as well. So it's not a complete investigation, as we receive information from the general public and other sources. When we identify those that were there, then we'll just continue to lay the charges, because obviously this isn't something that just sort of just happened to happen. It's clearly they willingly partook in the indoor service and also the outdoor service outside of the permissive service, which is in a drive-in type setting, which they have been doing for the past 2 or 3 weeks in compliance of the regulation. And then on the 24th, they decided to go outside of that, outside of those parameters, and violated the emergency orders.
okay. If I can follow up on that, well,
Yes.
you know, you mentioned that we've probably had calls from people. In fact, I think I've had 3 times as many calls in one day that I've had in several years when I was on the police service earlier. The number one question that people had, it was, why can't you arrest them or summons them or ticket them on the spot? Why do you have to wait?
Well, through you, Madam Chair, there is a provision that we have to. It's a bit of a slippery slope when it comes to church service, and there is a section in the criminal code that there is a violation in a criminal code if you interrupt a religious service, and I just don't want to get the officers engaged in that type of a setting. Not only from a legal perspective, but also from a moral perspective. We do have to have some compassion and understand people's, willingness to participate in these types of church services, albeit it's illegal. But at the same time, we don't want to go in there and disrupt that service, because you are talking about not only, I mean, you're talking about people of all ages, including children, and there has to be some sort of, in my view, respect to ensure that we don't violate any type of or breach any type of a law that basically they could come back and say, well, you know, you're in violation of criminal code and we're in violation of this, so who's right and who's wrong? I don't want to get into that situation. I don't want to put the officers in that type of a situation. But certainly after the service is finished, there is a possibility that if they continue with the actions that they're doing, that after the church service is finished, that we would have the ability to go in and ticket them at that point. And again, we have to take a look at the whole concept, all of the circumstances, take into consideration officer safety and all of those factors before we actually make those decisions. But it is an option to us, and that's something that we are looking at as we're moving ahead.
Okay, so you're going to, if I may continue, and then turn it over to somebody else, because I'm sure you have questions. You're going to be there next Sunday, and you just mentioned that one of the possibilities is waiting until the service is over, and then you could ticket them or summons them, and you're looking at that. My understanding is you're looking at that seriously for next Sunday?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, Bill, go ahead.
Through you, Madam Chair, I just want to make a couple of really quick comments. Number one, I want to extend my, how do I say this? I want to extend to the chief and our officers how wonderful of a job they are doing. I know it is a challenging time. I know that the scenario with the COG is they are trying to force confrontation. And I am so proud of our service on how professional they have been. We also have to be very cognizant as a police services board of not answering many questions out to the public in regards to what is happening to or what's going on at with the department in the COG, because our mandate is not that to take any matters or voice any concerns in operational situations. Again, Chief, I want to commend you and all the officers on being so professional and doing a wonderful job. And I know we can't immediately do arrests sometimes because we have to gather all the evidence and everything else but gather all the social media so that these charges will stick in the court of law. And it's very frustrating on our part, on my part anyway, knowing that these fools are not playing by the rules that we all are trying to. That's my comments, Madam Chair. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Keep coming.
Thanks, Bill. Yep, Pete, go ahead. You're on mute.
Muted, Pete.
There you go.
Yep. Well said, well said, Bill. Thank you.
Yeah, agreed. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments, questions for the chief on this matter? Okay. All right, we'll move on. We don't need a resolution for new business, correct, Bobby?
Sorry, yes, that's correct. Sure.
Thanks, no problem. It takes a while to find the mute button.
I know.
All right, so that is it for the agenda at this point. We are going to now move into closed session. So Bobby, do you have a resolution for that?
That the Aylmer Police Services Board adjourns to closed session at 5:46 p.m. for personnel matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local boards employees.
All right, could I get someone to move that? Bill? Seconder? Toby, and all those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. All right, so we will just give Josh a moment to cut off the live